I have exactly 14 minutes of battery left on this phone, and honestly, that's 14 minutes more than the time my children have given me this entire year. I am 89 years old. I'm sitting in a house that costs more than you'll make in a decade, and yet the silence here is so heavy, it feels like it's crushing my ribs. I'm going to tell you something right now that will make your skin crawl. Something that your parents are too scared to tell you, and your friends are too delusional to realize. You think you're building a life. You think you're investing in people. You think that if you play by the rules and give your heart away, someone will be there to catch it when you're old and fragile. You are wrong. You are being lied to. And that lie is the reason you are so anxious, so tired, and so afraid of the future. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the 4 brutal truths that I discovered too late. If you stay, you'll learn how to be truly unbreakable. But if you click away now, I promise you one day you'll be sitting in a chair just like this one, realizing that the people you destroyed your life for don't even remember the sound of your voice. Do you want to know why I don't want my kids to visit me anymore? Then don't move an inch. You are young. You are in your 20s, maybe your 30s. You are anxious. You are terrified of failure. You are losing sleep trying to please everyone around you. I see you. I was you. When you are young, you fall into a very specific trap. You believe that life is a ledger, a bank account of good deeds. You think to yourself, if I am a good friend, they will be there when I fall. If I sacrifice my time for my boss, I will be rewarded. If I give my children absolutely everything, if I bleed for them, they will hold my hand when I am old and frail. It is a silent contract, a contract you write in your own mind. You sign it, you seal it. But here is the tragedy. You are the only one who signed it. Nobody else agreed to those terms. You spend your youth building a network. You collect friends, you build a family. You think you are building a fortress against loneliness. You think you are buying insurance against a cold, hard world. I remember the day my first son was born. I held him in my arms. He was so small, so fragile. I made a vow. I whispered it into his ear. I promised I would be his shield. I promised no harm would ever touch him. But there was a second, darker vow, a selfish vow. I thought, because I will be your shield, you will one day be my cane. You will be my light. That was my very first mistake. A child is an arrow shot from a bow. You are the bow. You do not get to hold the arrow forever. The same goes for love. The same goes for friends. You give them parts of your soul, and you expect a return on that investment. You treat love like a stock market. You invest deeply. And when the dividends do not pay out, when people fail you, your heart breaks. You call them traitors. You feel abandoned. You wonder what you did wrong. Nothing. You did nothing wrong. You just had the wrong expectations. I lived this way for a very long time. I expected the world to be fair. I expected my friends to be loyal to the bitter end. I expected my children to orbit around me like planets around a sun. Then came the shift. It was not a sudden betrayal. It is never a sudden betrayal. That is the thing about getting older. The pain is not an explosion. It is a slow, quiet fade. The kids grew up, they moved, they got jobs, they found spouses, they had their own kids. The noise of my house slowly faded away. The friends I thought were brothers slowly stopped calling. They got busy. Their priorities shifted. Some died. Some just faded into the distance. My wife passed away 15 years ago, and suddenly I was alone. I was no longer the center of anyone's universe. I became a chore, a Sunday phone call, a holiday visit, a box to check on a busy calendar. For the first 5 years I was furious. I was drowning in resentment. I would sit by the window, waiting, looking at the driveway. I would think, I gave them my blood. I gave them my youth. I gave them my dreams. Where are they? The silence of my house felt like a personal attack. I felt cheated. I felt like the world owed me a massive debt. And my own anxiety and anger were literally poisoning my final years. I was a miserable old man. Then, one evening, I was reading an old book of wisdom. I realized something that struck me like lightning. I realized that people are not the ones hurting me. It was the way I was looking at them that caused the pain. I stopped. I thought about it. And suddenly the illusion completely shattered. The pain I was feeling, the deep, agonizing heartbreak, it was not their fault, it was mine. My kids did not betray me. They were simply living their lives, and that is exactly what they should do. They are playing their own game now. I am a background character in their fast-paced, complex lives, and that is exactly the natural order of the world. My suffering was entirely self-created, because my expectations were completely out of alignment with reality. I want you to lean in closely. I want you to listen to the raspy voice of an 89-year-old ghost, because what I am about to tell you is the key to minimizing regret, the key to ending your anxiety, the key to true freedom. There are 4 fundamental truths about human life. If you master these in your 20s or 30s, you will become unbreakable. First, you must understand that love is a gift, not a transaction. When you do something for someone, whether it is a friend, a lover, or your own child, do it purely for the sake of doing it. Do not keep score. Burn the ledger. If you give your time, give it freely. If you sacrifice, sacrifice without keeping a receipt. The moment you expect gratitude, the moment you expect loyalty in return, you taint the gift. You turn love into commerce, and the currency of expectation always leads to bankruptcy. Love your friends fiercely. Raise your children with everything you have. Protect your partner. But when the deed is done, walk away from the expectation of a reward. You did a good thing. That is the reward itself. Period. Second, accept that people do not belong to you. This is a painful truth, especially for parents, especially for young lovers. You do not own your spouse. You do not own your friends. You do not own the children you raised from birth. They belong to themselves. They belong to their own destinies. Your children come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. When you realize that you do not own anyone, you stop trying to control them. You stop being offended when they make choices you disagree with. You stop being hurt when they move away, when they forget to call, when they prioritize someone else. They are wild birds. You cannot put them in a cage of obligation. Let them fly. Third, realize that disappointment is just poorly managed expectations. Think about every single time your heart has been broken. Every time a friend let you down. Every time a boss passed you over. Every time a partner walked out. The pain was real. But what caused it? It was not the action itself. It was the gap between what you expected and what actually happened. The wider the gap, the deeper the pain. If you expect nothing, you can never be disappointed. Now listen carefully. This does not mean you become a cynical, cold, detached hermit. It means you become realistic. You understand human nature. You learn that humans are flawed. They are forgetful. They are selfish. They are busy. They make mistakes, just like you do. If you expect people to be perfect, you will hate them. If you expect people to be human, you will understand them. Lower your expectations of others to zero, and raise the expectations of yourself to the absolute maximum. You only control your own actions. You control your mind. You control your integrity. Stop outsourcing your happiness to the unpredictable actions of other people. Stop handing the keys of your emotional state to someone else. Be your own sanctuary. Fourth, your own mind is your only true lifelong companion. This is the hardest pill to swallow. You are born alone. You die alone. Your friends will come and go. Seasons will change. Lovers will pass. And even your own flesh and blood will walk out the door to build their own lives. The only constant, the only absolute permanent resident in your entire existence is the voice inside your head. Right now, in your 20s and 30s, you are terrified of being alone. You surround yourself with noise. You go to parties you hate. You cling to toxic relationships because silence terrifies you. You are running from yourself. Stop running. Sit down. Face yourself. Learn to enjoy your own company. Cultivate a rich inner life. Read deep books. Learn new skills. Walk in nature. Meditate. Make your mind a beautiful place to live. Because I promise you, when you hit my age, you will be spending a lot of time in there. If your mind is full of regrets, resentments, and unpaid emotional debts, your old age will be a living hell. But if your mind is a place of peace, if you have accepted the world as it is, your old age will be a beautiful, quiet sunset. My house is very quiet tonight. The grandfather clock keeps ticking. But I am no longer waiting by the window. I am no longer waiting for the phone to ring. And you know what? A miracle happened. The moment I stopped expecting anything, everything became a beautiful surprise. When my daughter does call on a Tuesday afternoon, I don't think it's about time. I don't feel anger about the days she didn't call. Instead, I feel profound joy. I see the phone call as a pure, unexpected gift. When a neighbor waves at me. When an old friend sends a letter. When a grandkid visits. Because my baseline expectation is zero, every single positive human interaction feels like a beautiful bonus. I am living in a state of constant, quiet gratitude. I no longer suffer from the disease of expectation. I am completely free. And this is the freedom I want for you. You are young. You have time. Do not waste the next 50 years being a prisoner to other people's actions. Do not break your back carrying invisible ledgers. Do not poison your heart waiting for apologies you will never get. Release them. Release everyone from the unfair burdens you placed upon them. Forgive them for being human. Forgive yourself for being foolish. Open your hands. Let the sand fall through your fingers. Stop gripping so tightly. You will be okay, I promise you. I want to leave you with one final thought. You are watching this video right now. You are seeking answers. Subscribe to this channel, not because it helps me. I am an old man. I do not care about algorithms. I do not care about internet points. Subscribe because you need a quiet anchor in a very loud world. Subscribe because your future self will thank you for remembering these words. Keep walking your path. Build your strength. Guard your peace. Expect nothing. Appreciate everything. Good night.